James chapter 1 verse 1 reads, James, a bondservant of God and of the Lord Jesus Christ, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Greetings. This introductory verse of the book of James sets the stage for a deeply instructive letter, one that addresses the challenges and duties of believers scattered across various regions. James identifies himself not by his earthly relation as the brother of Jesus, but with the humble title of a bondservant, emphasizing his servitude and dedication to God and Jesus Christ. By addressing his letter to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, James recognizes the Jewish believers dispersed outside of Israel. This dispersion likely refers to the Jewish diaspora living among Gentile nations. His greeting, therefore, is not just a casual salutation, but a recognition of their shared faith in the midst of diverse cultural landscapes. The term bondservant conveys a significant theological and practical meaning. In the cultural context of the time, a bondservant was someone wholly committed to serving their master, renouncing personal rights to align completely with the master's interests. This is pivotal in understanding the depth of James's commitment to Christ. It speaks to all believers about the nature of true discipleship, complete surrender, and service to Christ as the ultimate authority over one's life. James's self-identification sets a foundational tone for the themes he will explore in the rest of the letter, such as trials, wisdom, faith, and righteous living. His use of bondservant underscores a key truth. The call to follow Christ is a call to total submission and humility. It is from this position of surrendered service that James writes, advising and correcting his fellow believers. The phrase, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, alludes to a specific historical reality, but also carries a broader spiritual implication. These early Jewish Christians, part of a broader scattering known as the diaspora, found themselves navigating the challenges of maintaining their faith in environments often hostile to both their cultural and religious heritage. This scattering was not just physical, but spiritual, reflecting the often isolated and testing circumstances that believers found themselves in. James's greeting of greetings is translated from the Greek cherein, which literally means rejoice or be glad. This is noteworthy as it reflects an attitude believers are encouraged to adopt even when facing trials and adversities, a theme James expounds upon in the subsequent verses. It implies that joy is not contingent on external circumstances, but is rooted in the eternal and unchanging nature of God and His promises. In the broader framework of Christian doctrine, verse 1 introduces a letter that balances practical advice with profound theological insights. It reflects a theology deeply connected to real-life situations. James focuses on how faith is demonstrated through action. This practical outworking of faith is crucial, as it bridges the gap between belief and practice, encouraging believers to live out their faith authentically and visibly in their respective communities. Moreover, James's message to the dispersed tribes resonates with all believers, emphasizing that the challenges of faith are universal. The spiritual kinship among believers transcends geographical and cultural boundaries, fostering a sense of unity and shared purpose across diverse contexts. This unity is underpinned by a mutual commitment to Christ, highlighting that despite physical dispersion, there is a spiritual unity that holds believers together. Understanding verse 1 in its full context, therefore, encourages contemporary believers to consider their own lives as a service to God and Christ, embracing trials with joy and understanding their identity in terms of divine service rather than worldly status. It sets the stage for a letter that deals robustly with the practicalities of living out one's faith in every aspect of life, continually pointing back to the supremacy of Christ and the comprehensive commitment required from those who call him Lord. This opening verse of James serves not only as an introduction to the letter, but also as a compact summary of Christian identity and duty. It calls believers to a life of service, marked by joy and resilience, grounded in the sovereignty of God and the lordship of Christ. As such, it offers profound guidance for how to navigate the complexities of life while maintaining a steadfast faith that actively influences one's conduct and interaction with the world.